It is out to get you. Street Fighter II. The monster has returned. It's a really strange story. But, they're talking about Blanca, I guess, going after Chun-Li here over Ryu's body. And Zangief is posing on the back. And Dalzim as well. A very nice box, Jeffrey. Street Fighter II for the Commodore 64. Will it play on the Mega 65? Will it boot up on my 5041 drive? And we'll also explore what is new in the homebrew scene. Alright? Jeffrey will pick up his phone and do a little close-up shot. Starting with the floppy bin. There's the disc. You've seen it before. Yes. We'll put that into the 5041 drive. Oh, Jeffrey's so handy. There we go. Close-up of the box. Fun, there's actually nice colors. Yeah. I forgot the commercial, guys.
Are you leveling up with the Jeffrey? 'Cause the Jeffrey is leveling up with you.
Let's boot up the machine. Dum, 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 dum. All kinds of weird sounds coming from the SIDs. That was fun. Go 64. Yes. Move the virtual drive that is now on comma 8 out of the way so that we can access this device by comma 8. I'm also going to remove the box because the 5041 is getting quite warm and the box is now also quite warm and I don't want to damage the box. What's inside the box, Jeffrey? A manual. We can technically maybe take a look at that later. Jeffrey remembers, press 8 to make internal drive 8 unit 10. Yeah. If we resume, if he remembers the game having really long loading times, it's amazing. Up, comma, this. Let's take a look at the directory image. Uh-oh. Blinky blinky. That's not a good sign. So we'll try the first file on disk. Is that happening? With comma 1. Oh. Now I can continue now into the core and load up a crack. But I've seen a video recently, actually reminding myself now. Guy used rubbing alcohol and he wanted to make a game that he bought from eBay or something work. So he said like, yeah, if it is on the front side, you need to clean the back side. It's confusing, but that's how it worked apparently. So he looked up the index hole of the disk, so you know where to start and where to end. That was a good tip. And then he just applied rubbing alcohol with his cotton swabs. Now you've seen Jeffrey with the cotton swabs before. I do it all the time to clean my cartridges, right? So, Jeffrey, hi, looking at you through the diskette. We'll clean this floppy with some rubbing alcohol. I'll do a little bit on camera, but we might cut that. It's not that interesting. So here we have it. Gedenaturiseerde alcohol. I think the guy used 70%. I'm on 96%. I've never taken that into consideration. Is that bad, guys? Is that bad? Is my alcohol too strong? I don't know. The gedenaturiseerde alcohol, that means it's the denaturized one, the one you can't drink because it's bad. Okay? Jeffrey's not here to go get drunk, no. Jeffrey's here to clean. It doesn't say rubbing alcohol, Jeffrey, so you have the wrong thing. Yeah, maybe. So will I make my disc more kaput now? I hope not. Well, it never affected my cartridges. It actually always was a positive result with my cartridges. I have a shiny thing on my hand. Must be from the daughter. Okay. I applied rubbing alcohol it does give a tiny bit of dirt coming off there, yes. Also want to touch everything. It immediately evaporates, so that's quite fun. But just doing my best here. I will do this off camera, guys. I will go over the full disc. Yeah, there is some dirt coming off, so that's a good sign. Let me scrape all the dirt off and come back to you. Back in a sec. And we're back. I went around, I think twice. Because I missed the index, but I also kept pulling brown stuff from it. It is really hard to see, maybe on camera. You can see some brown stuff on the tip. I have to say, the guy that I saw the video on, his tips were like full of the brown shit. But you could also see the brown shit on the disc. And this disc looks quite clean. But hey, I pulled brown shit from it, so it was not clean. Okay, I'm very curious if this does anything. If not, it's a lost cause. So sad. Technically I can go around and do it again. But hey. Let's maybe... hey, it is not... okay. Did it just not move, the disc? Does it always come out on the index hole? I was surprised to see the index hole again. No, now it's on a different position. Okay. There's some wear and tear on the... yeah, you see like little grooves. It's probably hard to see for you guys. See that? See some grooves. Guy in the video said that is a bad sign. That is a wear and tear on the disc. Who knows? Maybe I'll give it another go later and update you guys if I find what is wrong with this disc. But for now I'm giving up on it. So sad. Would be happy to like restore this disc. This is not Jeffrey's original disc, by the way. My disc would have been working, most likely. Yeah. Now my original disc is somewhere in the garbage dump site, whatever. Because Jeffrey threw it away when moving to his apartment back in 2012 or something. So sad. Why did I do that? So then I bought this box. Yeah, it seems in good shape, I have to say. Now we're not getting into any loading much. Well, actually, yes. No. There's no cartridge version of this game. There is a tape version I've seen. And a disc version. Let's boot up the disc version. Putting this thing off. I can't access the disc on Comma 8 using the Commodore 64 for Mega 65 core. But that's what we're going to use now because we are technically... No, we can also still try on the Mega 65, but virtually. Wait a sec. Ha! Jeffrey, think for a second, man. I'm thinking it's going to fail on the Mega 65, guys. From disc, maybe not with the 5041, but directly, yes, it will fail. Most likely. Due to there being a speed loader or of some kind in there. C64, D64, I had it prepared here, yes. Hey, the 4 is cut off. Because they want to show the directory contents on the right, yes. Sad, disk not working. Man. Device is not present because I shut down this drive and we moved the internal drive out of the way, remember? Let's move that back. So you press 8 again, putting Street Fighter II D64, it's not on the display, back on unit 8, yes, F3 resume. The freezer has this noise, I've commented on before. Earlier this video we started as well, like I hear a lot of noise coming from the SIDS or something, it's really weird. Why it does that in the freezer and while booting up and well this screen is fine, you know. I would have expected now for it to work. What's going on? What is going on? Or it says Unit 8, Street Fighter II D64. Why is this not working? Resetting the machine. Go 64. Yes. What is in the drive now? Did I do it wrong earlier? File not found. Is it something that you can't access the disk contents? See what is on? I think you could, always. Because Jeffrey remembers looking at the disk, seeing all these files that are named after the characters and stuff, so, which is quite cool. What is wrong? I'm remounting one more time and then I give the Mega 65 a new boot up, because this is making Jeffrey crazy, guys. What's going on? I don't understand this shit sometimes. Technically this should work. Did it also break my virtual image now? With the alcohol. Hey, it comes up now. I had to remount it for some reason. But did I mount the first time then? Strange. See? USA 123 bit and USR bit. I don't know what those bits are, but it's probably related as well to the levels that you play in. And then there's a Vega, a Vega Anim, and a VIC-B. All little assets that the game loads. So when you load a stage, then the game knows, okay, it's this player versus this player on this stage, and it will load those assets into memory. So you understand how that works, sort of. Because Jeffrey did a great job at telling you. Okay, first file is loaded. This is of course a crack. It's not what is on the disk normally. The crackers had their hands on this one. We never know if they installed a fast loader or something. That is possible. Doesn't seem like a fancy crack, which is good. Then at least this bit runs on the Mega 65, right? Okay. Street Fighter II. Up. Start game. Yeah. There is normally a green light here if it is accessing the disk. That stopped completely. And I think there should be an animation of some kind indicating that it is loading. So, virtually we can't load it on the Mega 65. My physical copy is busted, sadly. But we can still boot it up on the core, of course. Yes. Booting up the machine. Holding the scroll key. Doom, 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 doom. Many of you will just always use the Commodore 64 core for this machine. Like Commodore 64 stuff, I'm going to assume. Jeffrey is just crazy testing things on the Commodore 65, you know. The Mega 65, Commodore 65 in implementation. So that's an unreleased prototype for those who don't know. Welcome to the channel if you don't know. Then you're new. Jeffrey has spent a lot of time on this machine. We're pressing the help key to go into the menu. We're mounting the drive on 8. Same stuff as before. Now we can take a look at the disk image again, but no need because you guys saw it already. So we just do this. Yeah. No more drive sounds, sadly. The Commodore 64 core doesn't emulate the drive sounds when loading something virtually. If you make your 5041.9 device, you can do that by opening up this device. There are maybe different models that do it differently, but this one you have to open up and either solder some shit or flick some dip switches inside and then close up the thing again. If you need to solder, then Jeffrey's never going to do that. Dip switches, I could perhaps do that for one of my drive units, but I only have one good drive and I want to have it to 8. Yeah, sorry. But then, if you make it 9, then the C64 core is able to load games from the 5041 as well, apparently. Move along, Jeffrey! Did this make sound in the Commodore 65 mode, in Mega 65, 65 mode? I don't know. But I do notice we have sound double now, because the C64 core does it better, outputting the sound on a way that my frame grabber understands it. It's fun in editing. I have to resync everything now from this moment on, using the frame grabber sound. Anyway, loading. No animation. There is animation. I was going to say it flashes, so it is kaput, but no, it came up. A really bad digitized version of the of the logo. Back in the day, I didn't understand either why there was like little bits of white in there, and why did they do it like that? I've been reading a little bit up on it. There was actually a different version first being developed with an artist that did the graphics, and the artist was fired or something. The lead coder told it to the site Games That Weren't, the one that we covered in the previous video with the Nigel Mansell stuff. It's good fun. Watch that video after this if you haven't. They recovered the game from 1983, Nigel Mansell's Championship, World Cup, World Championship, yeah, WC, toilet, yes, that's how I remember it. Now, I was ecstatic as a kid when I had this though. So Street Fighter II, we've been drooling over pictures on the Super Nintendo. We had a Power Limited, the magazine in the Netherlands. And they were showing Street Fighter II for the Super Nintendo, and we all came together, as kids drooling over that magazine. Oh, we want to have Street Fighter II, but we couldn't have Super Nintendos yet. This changed it, by the way, that we could say Super Nintendos because of Jeffrey blabbing to the guys, I have a Super Nintendo, because I had Street Fighter II. And then he went to the bench, Jeffrey has a Super Nintendo, and they all got a Super Nintendo. And that way we ended up with 4 Super Nintendos in the neighborhood, so to say. That's a fun story behind this game. Yeah, press any key to start. Let's do that. One player game. So yeah, so they all got a Super Nintendo then, because I had a Super Nintendo. Well, the game from the Super Nintendo, Commodore 64. And then they had the Super Nintendo. I also got the Super Nintendo. I don't even know if I funded it myself, because technically I could already bulk newspapers at the time, at some point. Maybe, I don't know. So maybe I did newspaper deliveries and made my own money. I was a paper boy. Okay, F1 for one player game. Now this game, look how this looks. I can't even remember this tune anymore. Oh yeah. I have a little bit of double audio going still. Yeah, well, this is also in the Super Nintendo version, this music. There's a nice SID adaptation. Probably, I prefer this one than the Tata tune even. What they did here. It's nice. But yeah. Okay, it's a port 1 game. I can imagine why they did this, because you have versus mode. And player 1 port 1, player 2 port 2. Makes sense. Actually, not that bad of a conversion, I have to say. Because it reminds me of the Super Nintendo version that I had. It's not that bad. I was expecting it to be worse, because they fired that artist and they got someone to do the conversion from arcade or whatever, digitized versions, to the Commodore 64, which makes everything look really poor. That's how it ended up being in the end. Anyway, I feel like we're being canned today, I don't know why. My favorite characters were also always Ryu, which plays the same as Ken, kinda. On Super Nintendo he has a different roll move, I think, which made him a bit more powerful in my book. But my other character, Chun-Li, because he can do wall jumps and kick really fast, is my preferred go-to character, especially during the Xbox days when we had an arcade thing on Xbox Live Arcade, and then you could go online and beat other players. And they would all come in as E-Honda with a fast hand. That one. Then they would slap everyone into oblivion. I noticed that. But I was Chun-Li, and they would come at me, and I would do the wall jump over them. And I somehow I was really good with Chun-Li at that point, with my kicks, and also doing what they do with the hand. I did with my leg, yeah. And they got annoyed with me. I remember a couple rage quits and stuff, and then people, and then posting as well on the forums like, you can't come in the leaderboards anymore with E-Honda, because these guys are getting too good. Okay, let's see how this works again. Oh yeah, this is not how you do the move normally. I hold right and I press the stick to do the roundabout thing. I'm the red guy, by the way, guys. And I think I can just cheese the guy here by just completely going all in and do that move over and over. Yeah. That's how bad this game is. Woohoo! Ken wins. It looks really bad, right? I think, though, there are stages that are with different colors that Ken at least pops out a little bit better. We should give this one more go after this on a separate stage, just to get a feel for the game. Yeah, it was a really shitty game. So at least one guy in the neighborhood got it on the Super Nintendo, and because we had 4 Super Nintendos at that time in the neighborhood, it was quite nice that you could like, swap games with each other. So I could borrow Street Fighter, and then lend them, I don't know, later I had Killer Instinct for example, I don't know, Donkey Kong Country. I had a lot of games, still have them. Those I didn't throw. Most of them I still have. My Killer Instinct I had to rebuy, but I think that happened. is we left it at... we brought sometimes our consoles to vacations and shit. So we brought the Super Nintendo, boxes with games, multiple boxes. I think at that point I had the Super Nintendo, but also my brothers had their own Super Nintendo so they could play in the room. It's crazy. So they also had their own boxes. So we brought multiple boxes with their games, my games, whatever. And one box with Killer Instinct probably stayed behind. A couple of others. SimCity I think I have to rebuy. A couple of those. And I don't know if I bought Street Fighter in the end. I should buy it, if I can still buy it. It's getting expensive. Play again or fight the next character? Let's fight the next character. I didn't comment on it, but the music is, I think, constantly on loop. It's constantly switching between two tunes. Do you hear the title tune in the game while fighting? Is that the thing? That would be really bad, actually. Especially since I kind of like the SID versions they did here. Kinda. It's also probably nostalgia coming back. Hey. I noticed my mic is quite far. Oh, then Jeff can scream louder. Hey. Was fine for you guys, right? I hope. Hey, E-Honda. I told you about him just now with the hand slap. Now, the Chun-Li moves I never pulled off on the Commodore 64, I have to say. It was more on the pad, with the multiple buttons, of course. I have no clue how to do the Chun-Li in the Commodore 64 version, but maybe we explore it in this version. No, not this version. Let's go and beyond this one. I've shown you now the shittiest version. And now we're going to look afterwards at some homebrews that people did. And it looked quite promising on the sides, I have to say. I didn't check them out yet. They were all CRT files. We can't boot up CRT files in the Commodore 64's, Mega 65's Commodore 65 state. There's no way to mount CRT images yet, as far as I know. Maybe they never will implement that, you never know. Because we can do that on the Commodore 64 core already, for God's sake. Yeah. So there you have him, the hand slapper. So you see if he does it at some point. Oh, that's a cool move. Can we do the Shoryuken? Got to try to do that, but like the fireball is back, down backwards, so to say. Normally it's down forward. The moves are implemented differently. Like I said, I need to hold front and then press the button to do this one, which is actually normally down, back, kick. It's all a bit confusing. Two versions of the game, in a sense. Is nowhere near... Hey, he did the move. Near the arcade version in all regards. But I have to say here, the characters do pop a little bit better. Yeah, you have to give it some slack, guys. It's an 8-bit version of Street Fighter II. They had limited time to get it done. I think actually in the end, looking back now, it's okay. It's okay-ish. It is Street Fighter, goddammit, on the Commodore 64. Made in 1992, when there was already Super Nintendo versions and shit. I can still respect it, I guess. But the music should have been a different tune. We should have had the stage music at the very least. Was that too much to ask for? Maybe the guy also ran out of time. No more music, guys. We're out of time. Let's get this thing printed or pressed or whatever. What do they do with the discs? I had no clue how they mass-produced the discs back then. No idea. It's also like with music, like you have a master. Calm. It's not fluid controls, Jeffrey. I think if I hold the stick like this, I am a bit better in pulling off moves normally. I'm also still looking for the Shoryuken. The one that he does the flying punch up in the air, you know? I think he should have it. Is it maybe down, up? No. Trying some different stuff now. You won already again. Way too easy game also, they said. This one is, and I do agree. I'm going to get butchered probably in the homebrew versions. That's my assumption. Well, 2 characters down. Let's see what else we have on offer, right? Although I get a bit of dry lips and stuff. Quick cut. Yeah, I need to get myself some drink. Back in a sec. Out of breath, but we're back. I also removed the 5041. The machine is off again. Just give you an update of what is there. Yeah. This one we picked up in London. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I like that. It's so iconic. I grabbed myself a beer. It's warm outside. Jeff has been complaining about it before. Although technically we had a nice cool day in between. So the house could cool down again and the airco didn't have to work that hard anymore. Now we're warming up again. Cheers. Normally I'm not that much of a beer drinker anymore. I'm more on the wine. I'm even exploring red wines because that's the healthiest drinking option apparently, right? But hey, we're going to boot up the machine, holding the no scroll key. Dum, 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 dum. I should really thank Vanya, the producer of this song you're now listening to. She did it on Bears Essentials, that game. We played that back in the day on the channel. Back in the day. It's not even been a year, Jeffrey. We're growing fast. 500 subscribers, guys. Cheers. Thanks. Brings me to the point that I've opened up memberships and all that kind of stuff. Super chats and I don't know. Because we're in the first tier of monetization. 5.3 is probably installable by now. Or at least the alpha version was. Of the C64 for Mega 65 core. But we're probably fine with the 5.2. But yeah, memberships. If you want to support the channel, please check that out. Would be very grateful to you guys. But I'll leave it at that. Yes. CRTs, Jeffrey said. Yeah. So there are two Homebrew community projects. This is the first one that was released. I think it's in 2022, the demo. They call it a demo. I checked around. He is a Spanish developer involved with Commodore Spain.es from España, I think. And he has an X profile on Twitter, previously known as Twitter. Just digging around, see if I could find a trace of an update for this demo, but I don't think so. But I could have missed it between all the Spanish, you know. I didn't do all the Google Translate stuff because that's also messing up always. I don't know. Anyhow, let's show you something while we blab. So I think I'm not sure if it is this one, but I think it is this one. In 2019, he already said he was working on this. That's what I found though, but it could also have been the second one. And what he said then was what they said about that version that they were working on in 2019, that they already were working on it for 3 years or something. Kinda cool. The opening shot was also how I remembered it from the Super Nintendo version. This is new. The Champion Edition. Is this also grabbed from something? I don't know the Champion Edition, to be honest. Is it a real edition on different systems? Could be. Now we have completely different music. Okay, cheats. With the music player, nice. Okay, this looks promising. Somebody put it on difficulty 1, because Jeffrey is going to get killed, guys. It's not on the buttons, like I said. But no, I have to look for the moves. But I'm really curious to check this out. So we do, first you can play against your friends. We do game start with getting into the arcade mode. Picking opponents as they go. Ken looks funky. Right, it looks kind of cool. Ah. Is this also imported from somewhere, or are these drawn by hand? I wonder. Some look amazingly good, I have to say. Yeah, that's my Gul, however you say his name. As Dutchies, back in the Dutch kids, we called him Geil. Blanca. I have a weakness for Zangief as well. He's like this really slow fighter, but really strong. If you sort of master him, it's really cool. Let's stick with Ken for one more round. Just because he's... And then we can see the differences between Ken. I'm going to assume this is way better drawn. Compared to the version that everyone has his gripes about, the original. This is also messy, guys. should we accept that 8-bit platform is probably not that great to do this on? I like the shadow attempt at the bottom, but it is really shit. Again, what is he doing? Okay, sorry, I had to comment on that. Zangief looks quite cool. Ken is weird. I hope I don't offend the developer. What was it called to them? Herrera 64 something. He also said somewhere it was like more of a little hobby project that he just grew into, and I think this is all a labor of love, guys. I shouldn't be. Oh, that's the dizzy thing. I was stunned for a bit. I'm getting killed by Zangief here. Can I pull off a move? Okay, original move. Normally it's down, left, kick. Here it's just down, left button. But it is the music. In-game level music. Has that going for it. Love it. Okay, we have that move down. Then I'm going to say down, front button is the fireball. Oh yeah. And the how do you call it now? I forgot. I think I said it a couple of times correctly during the original. I get stun locked by this guy. What the fuck? That one? No. I thought it was coming. I forgot the name of the move. Trying to remember. Oh yeah. Continue? Yes, let's try one more time. I want to get that move going. Completely lost the name. Doesn't matter. The jump that I couldn't pull off in the original. So it's probably really tricky if it is on the same. Zangief, you're butchering me. Is this really the easiest difficulty? Fucking hell! I did the move. And again. They're fucked up. Okay, but that's an important move to have in your arsenal. Because if they're airborne, then you can, like, technically get them easily out of the air. Now, I was shooting fireballs, I suppose. And he still has me. Oh, we're getting better apparently, but just by trying the move things. We of course need to also have some basic fighting skills under our belt. Know where his move is. He should be quite good in the air with his legs, but I can't seem to be able to attack in the air other than having my fist out. There's a manual comes with the game. You can actually study that before playing. I didn't do that. Figuring out how to kick in air. I was assuming like maybe down button in the air, but that would have seemed natural. But no, Ken is not having it. He's just jumping around like a madman. Sometimes he has his fist out. If I don't push any direction and do my button, he does his fist. So not a lot of aerial combat at the moment that I can use. Oh no, button right. Or let's say button back is at least a kick. Is also something to the front? Oh, we're dead already. Jesus. I'm going to see if Chun-Li is any better, but I don't know, guys. The bar was put really high, I guess, in the comments, but for this game, like Jeffrey's bar was, this is my bar. They hyped it up quite a bit. Like, this is great, and it still feels a bit messy. Ken is also really weird done. And again, yeah, it's just 8-bit. Yeah, what do you expect, Jeffrey? I'll give it the portraits are better and the map, everything. And we of course, we can select the bosses here in this one. This is the original cast. Also in the original game. On the Super Nintendo it was the same thing. You could only play up until here. There was 4 on the top here and 4 on the bottom. The group on 4 on the right, those are the bosses in the original. But later they added as well in a different version that you could play them. Because you had Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter and Super Street Fighter 2. Sorry, Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And Turbo added these characters, I think. Or is it even another one? Doesn't matter. Turbo could also be the one that is slightly speed up with extra options with coloring and blah blah blah. Anyway, you have Balrog, Sagat, Vega, and M. Bison as playables now. But in the version before this one, they were only computer-controlled characters. If you complete all the other fights against the original group, then you get to face off against those 4. It was the ultimate thing. That's how I like the game best, to be honest. And they started adding later more and more characters. I don't even know the names anymore. Some Fui Yong Hai. Sort of a Bruce Lee fighter. And Kemi, I know Kemi. T-Hawk, I think. I've been drooling on pictures though in this Power Limited magazine when these new Super Nintendo versions of these games came out. I think it was also Super Nintendo at least. Looked really promising. Okay, I was thinking maybe. Oh yeah, it is. Tap to do the kick. Oh, take that, Ken. Okay, that is easy. And cool. Can we do the thing against the screen? We can't? Okay. That really takes a lot of points. Oh yeah! That we can't do the screen hop. It's probably not implemented yet. Can you guys hear me? While I'm tapping the buttons constantly. At least I can win like this. It is a demo version, guys. This stage looks quite a bit better, I have to say. I think the Commodore 64 does better if the stage has less details. They just have to, you have to simplify the details of the level, then everything pops a bit better. It's my honest opinion. And aside from Ken, Chun-Li looks the part, the stage looks the part here. Nice full screen for Commodore 64 levels. There's a border, of course, but that is Commodore 64. Now this is easy mode. Can technically just throw fireballs at me and screw this tactic up of mine, right? But he doesn't do that. Now, normally in the games, in the original games, the farther you got against new opponents, you know, they crank up the difficulty slowly over time as well. So when you have your last fight before you get to the bosses, that fight is already way harder than the first fight, so to say. And then the bosses are a different thing in themselves because they have different fighting styles. Okay, I win as Chun-Li. Mixed feelings about this version. Yes, although I'm happy that I booted it one more time in Chun-Li and saw that stage. So, yeah. Is it better than the original? I guess so. But we're not there yet. In this stage, for example, man, that is ugly. And a mess. Okay. Maybe it's getting worked on. Eh? You never know. Rebooting the machine, holding the scroll key. Because now we're going to boot up a game, a version of that's called Street Fighter II Turbo. I think I said Super Street Fighter II Turbo earlier for the Super Nintendo. Yes, is that what it is based off? I don't know. I thought I saw those fancy screens that are coming later in the Street Fighter versus Marvel or whatever. They had games like that, Capcom. But they also had fancy animations when you do your supers against these characters and stuff. Really cool shit to see. And I think I saw some screenshots of this game having that as well. CRT Jeffrey. There it is. So this was released in 2025. Hey, that's the year that I published this video. If you're watching this in the future, hi, welcome to the channel. I hope I continue pushing out more videos. Eh? That is the idea at least. Hey, intro. Bit of a weird music opener there. Cool, the pictures are cool. Graphically, this screams polish already. A polished game. I didn't mean the country and the people living in the country of Poland, no. Okay. The demo looks interesting. Maybe this is the ultimate 8-bit version of Street Fighter on the Commodore 64. It could be. I'm amazed. Let's see if it plays. Okay. Where did they lift this artwork from? Did they make it themselves? Oh, this one is in port 2. Okay, funny to note. The first one, the original one, and the 2022 version have player 1 in port 1 and player 2 in port 2. This one has the classic way, the swap way. Because of Commodore 64 funkiness, they did games always in port 2 at some point. Player 1, port 2, and then if an extra player joins, that one would play on port 1. So I was going on about the artwork, because I find Ryu, whatever you call him, strange looking. I can imagine having an appearance like that. Chun-Li looks nice as well. Yeah, they all look, well, one guy can't identify with that much, but the rest. Cammy, there she is. T-Hawk or something. That's the Bruce Lee character that I told you about. And this is, I don't even know. Who is this? Because here's the boxer, right? Or is this the boxer? One of these two is the boxer. Sure. Not Sagat. Sagat is here. Yeah. Balrog. Him or him? Weird. Vega and Bison. So some of these look familiar, like I've seen them somewhere before in a magazine maybe, or playing an arcade for a later game. But then Blanka looks weird, Ryu looks weird. I can't identify with those images for some reason. So we do the same again, Ken and then Chun-Li. Let's see if the moves are sort of solid. Like, well, I could figure them out in the previous one. Unlike the original, where it is just weird. What is this stage, guys? That's also a demo, right? It's an unreleased, unfinished game. Is this just placeholder graphics? What is this? It's the mess. And no level music. Okay. Not so happy. I want to get killed. I want to see more of this game. I don't feel like I should technically try the moves. Hey. Well implemented. Here, the days. Also, he moves like... This is decently done for the Commodore 64 8-bit. Yeah. Characters are fine. I'm going to assume this. In the bottom is also like a little meter going up. And in these newer versions of the game, you could also, yeah, like have your meter full and you could do a special finisher or something. Or even use your meter for stronger versions of your moves. Did they implement that here as well? Can't guess so. I didn't do a single move yet. We should also look at difficulty. If we can slide the difficulty down one. Okay, the fireballs work. I want to do my roundhouse thingy. Kijk, hier is this meter charge. Now it says super. Me as well. Okay. Okay, that move worked. And I'm dead. Okay. We have some things to explore here. Without manual, but also this one comes with a manual. Where all the moves are probably to be studied. Hellos. My totem is too big for your pathetic war cry. His totem. Did I restart the game? Yeah. Let's get killed. I don't want to play with Ken in this stage. Now, we've seen better stages already in the demo. And I have also seen screenshots. They did finish a couple of games. Is this a bug, guys? Is this a problem with the C64 core for Mega 65? Oh, just unfinished. I'm going to assume the last one, the latter one. Ladder. You do see a guy sitting there on the left. They did work on this stage. You would assume this all has to mean something, but this is not how it's supposed to look, right? Something is really wrong here. I'm just thinking now from a developer perspective, what could have happened is coding. and you have these memory blocks set up for graphical data and stuff. And some assemblers allow you to sort of bleed through the code blocks. So if you've been coding and you actually hit a area where information for the level is, how the level should look, it could be that he by accident overwritten a little bit of the level. Then it's probably fine. It is still there in his original files and projects. It's just a way how this could have played out, or it is just not finished. Huh? Let's be real. Game over. Cool. Back to the title screen. Press the fire button. Easy. Hey, 2-button support. Oh. I will check something in a sec. Because we can hook up Mega Drive pads to the Commodore 64, technically. And we'll just see what it does. I also have some sort of a flimsy mock-up of what is a sort of a prototype to the Protovision pad. At least that's what I believe. If I can find that one, also something we can try. Because Protovision has been making games already with multiple button support, like a driving game that I have somewhere. There. Or there. I don't know anymore. Hey, doesn't matter. I want to test multiple buttons, god damn it! I'm actually not excited now to play one button on my clicky stick. Oh shit, I choose Ryu for no reason. I wanted to do Chun-Li. Hey, but Ryu is my character. Ryu's my man. Although he looks funny in this one. He's supposed to be Japanese. Is that looking like a Japanese guy to you? Oh yeah, that comes up fluid. Why do I have trouble with this roundhouse thingy? Yeah. Is it not on? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Funny that one didn't want to land. Oh yeah, and he has the kick in the air. Which one? I couldn't pull that one off in the 2022 one, right? That kick is... Oh, and up. Up is with his hand. Okay. You hardly use that. You usually use his kick in the air. Yeah. That's the move in the air. Okay, what do we have on the ground? Okay, simple one. I think he has a harder one. Can you pull that one off? That one, yeah. That's a diagonal to the back. That one. Okay. Hey, did I do a powered up fireball there? How does that work? There's a lot to explore here, guys. Jesus. And we have level music. Let's talk about that. The level looks good. Fuck. I'm starting to love this. Oh man. Okay, he nicely flies over Kemi there. Oh yeah. Hey, I did a new thing. I did a sort of a dash in front. I wonder what he does then. Sort of, does he grab her maybe if we get close and doesn't move? Ah, I wanted to drink something. So is this Kemi's stage? I'm going to assume so, right? With Kemi's music. I'm not familiar with Kemi as a stage and music at all. So I can't comment on that. He just does like a low hanging... It is near that move, the roundhouse thing. I'm trying to do the roundhouse thing and then sometimes do that other move. I don't know what I'm doing different, but... Is Jeffrey going to win for once? Is it going to happen? Very concentrated now. Oops. That beer is evaporating really fast. I wonder why. All tens in my hand. Okay, in a way I'm sad that I won. I should be happy. Yeah, I won. Now we go to Freaking T-Hawk again. That was the stasis bed, right? Okay. Good to see now if the game all of a sudden straightening itself out. I'm going to get myself killed again. I have some beer still. I was considering like cutting the video one more time. Grab myself a second beer. But let's play this out. I'm surprised, guys. There's something here. And then especially if you play this, of course, against a friend now. You can select the stages that are good, that have music. And good graphics. At least for Ryu and Ken, everything seems fine. I'm curious about Chun-Li, how she feels. Can she do the wall jump? That's something I still want to see. Oh yeah, the pet. Jeffrey can do now the pet while you guys look at me getting destroyed by T-Hawk. I had his name correctly, I think, earlier. Yeah, nice blue pants. I know. Comfy pants. A 3-button Sega pad. Okay, now this is the recommended pad for the ZX Spectrum Next. So technically this should not crash the Mega 65 in any way, but the support really has to be here for this pad, and it says 2-button pad, and I'm trying a 3-button pad. So I'm going to say it will fail. But we can try, right? I can already try in the title screen, of course. See what it does. Is press fire working, for example? Don't know what it does. It does something. Okay. Pad support seems fine from here. Now we just technically have to figure out which button B. Button B works the same as the button there. So technically we're there. We can play already with 1-button joy mode. Will it support 2 buttons? If it does, it will be very, very awesome. You saw the happy face? I'm already getting excited here. I'm getting happy. Oh yeah, Ryu stage, implemented nicely, with music. Okay. Yeah, B and C. Yeah, I have a kick button. And a punch button. Oh fuck, that is amazing. Oh yeah. Okay, can we do the jumpy? Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, my favorite 8-bit Street Fighter II is here. I found it. Thank you guys, whoever is doing this amazing work. Oh man. Not to bitch on the 2022 version, that looks promising as well. But this one has a leg up. Yeah. Have to be real here. Okay, can she do the fire button? The fire button, the fireball? Was backwards with high, right? Give me a sec to figure out how her fireball works. She can do that. Oh yeah, I think I shot it there, right. So for her it's backwards. I have to get used to the pad though. It's not my favorite kind of pad, the Sega pad. Maybe it's not that. Move. It's not down back. Stop chasing me so much, Ryu. Can't figure out a fireball. It's a miss. It's part of my playstyle. I throw a fireball every now and then. Yeah, that's a hit. With Ryu, normally these guys always shoot tons of fireballs because he's really fast with it. Oh, I got killed! Oh no! How do you do fireball? Oh, is it? Oh, I was walking backwards and then front, and then punch. Yeah. Fuck. How could I forget? Then, can we also charge up the this one? Yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, that is. Is it? Nou, dus she also is spinning inside the kick. And she does a roundhouse thing in upside down. Not really sure how that one works. Normally it's like turtling and doing this, I thought, but no. Okay, I'm blabbing out of my ass, of course, for a lot of people who don't even know Street Fighter. Eh? There are a couple of you guys watching now, really coming from the old school games, Atari 2600, who have no clue what Jeffrey is doing with the moves and what he's blabbing about. But hey, believe me, this is good, this is fun. Word to master. Although, I say that, if I have a Super Nintendo card lying about, do you think this will be booted up instead of the Super Nintendo version? Or if I have the ability to boot something up on an Xbox arcade style? I think I go for the real deal then. The Super Nintendo is not even the real deal, but a really good version. Arcade is like where, after I played it a couple of times against people online, I was like sold. Hey, good stuff, guys. It plays on the C64 for Mega 65. Cool. Oh, that's the beer. Refreshing, guys. Leave it at this, guys. Cool 3 versions for the Commodore. And really impressed with this one, if you have a good stage. I've said it before. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Cheers.
Are you leveling up with the Jeffrey? 'Cause the Jeffrey's leveling up with you!